Today, we're tackling a question that's on a lot of our minds. All this amazing AI we're using, is it making us better, or is there a catch? Yeah, let's just cut right to it. Is your AI assistant secretly making your brain lazy? I mean, we've got these incredible tools that can answer anything, write anything, do anything. They're supposed to make us smarter, right? But is that what's really happening? You know that feeling, right? You ask a question and boom, you get a perfect answer in seconds. You move on. It feels super efficient. But then there's this little voice in the back of your head that whispers, wait, what did I actually learn just now? Did my brain do any work at all? Well, that feeling finally has a name, and it is brilliant. Protein shake brain. Just think about it for a second. A protein shake gives you the raw nutrients, sure, but you don't build muscle just by chugging one down. You build muscle by actually lifting the weights. Protein shake brain is what happens when we just mainline these perfectly digested answers from AI. We get the illusion of getting smarter, but we skip all the hard work that leads to genuine mental growth. Okay, so if that's what's going wrong, how do we start making things go right? To figure that out, we have to look at the basic mechanics of how we learn and grow. And believe it or not, there's a secret to it, and it can be captured in a really simple, really elegant formula. And don't worry, this isn't about doing complicated math. This is about seeing the relationship between three key things that decide whether we get stronger or just stay the same. And here it is. I know, it looks a little intimidating at first glance, but I promise you, it's super intuitive once we break it down. That P alpha on the left, that just means the probability that you'll grow. All the magic, everything we need to know, is on the right side of that equation. So first step is S, and that stands for scaffolding. This is just all the support you've got. It could be a fantastic teacher, a really helpful article, a well-designed online course, or, you guessed it, an AI assistant. It's the help you get when you're trying to tackle something new. Next, we've got D for difficulty. Pretty straightforward, right? This is the challenge itself. How complex is the problem you're trying to solve? How tough is the idea you're trying to wrap your head around? This is the resistance, the weight you need to lift to get stronger. And finally, there's C for capacity. And C is you. It's what you're bringing to the table right now. Your current knowledge, your existing skills. It's your starting point. Now, here's where it all clicks into place. Let's make that formula visual. Imagine the gap between the difficulty of a task and your current capacity, that D minus C part, is a giant canyon. That's the challenge gap. And your scaffolding, all that support, that's your pile of materials to build a bridge. So the formula is really just asking one simple question. Do you have enough materials to build a bridge across this specific canyon? See, when everything's working right, you're in what educators call the zone of proximal development. You know, that sweet spot where a challenge is tough, but it's doable with the right support. That's where all the magic of learning happens. But the way most people use AI, well, it completely shatters this delicate balance. Let's look at how. This chart just lays it out perfectly. On the left, with healthy growth, your support system is just enough to help you build a bridge across a real canyon. You do the work, you get across. But with protein shake brain on the right, the support is so overwhelming, so infinite, it doesn't just build a bridge, it fills the entire canyon with concrete. There's no challenge left, nothing to overcome. So how does this collapse actually happen? It's a surprisingly predictable three-step chain reaction. It all starts here with step 1. Your scaffolding, that S variable, it just skyrockets towards infinity. The AI doesn't give you a helpful hint or a little nudge. No, it gives you the final, polished, perfect answer instantly. The support isn't just good, it's total. And because that support is so total, what happens next is inevitable. The difficulty, the D variable, immediately crashes down to 0. There's no problem to wrestle with, no tough concepts to untangle yourself. The struggle, which is literally the engine of learning, is just gone. And if the difficulty is 0, well, then the gap between the difficulty and your capacity also becomes 0. The canyon completely vanishes. The whole reason for the growth process is wiped out before it even has a chance to start. And here is the brutal punchline. When that challenge gap, the bottom part of our formula, hits 0, the whole formula breaks. You're trying to divide by 0. It doesn't work. The probability of growth becomes 0. You got the answer, sure, but you gained absolutely no new capacity. This right here is the definition of protein shake brain. Okay, so that's the problem, and it's a big one. It's a systemic breakdown of how we're built to learn. And this is the important part, because we understand the system, we can fix it. This isn't about throwing away AI. It's about learning to use it with intention as one part of a much smarter system. The solution isn't just you versus the machine. The optimal system for real growth actually has 4 parts. First, there's you, the human, bringing the curiosity and the intention. Then there's the AI, providing perspective and new ideas. Then a journal, and this is critical to make your thinking concrete. And finally, time, to allow for all this to sink in. This whole system runs on a technique called reflective prompting. The rules are super simple, but they're absolutely transformative. Rule 1, process first. Always articulate your own thoughts. Write them down before you ask the AI. Rule 2, maintain the challenge. Don't ask what's the answer. Ask what am I missing here? Rule 3, request critique. Use prompts like challenge my assumptions or tell me why I'm wrong. You want a sparring partner, not a cheerleader. And last, inscribe your insights. Write down what you learned. That physical act helps make it permanent. Look, this is about way more than just a productivity hack. This is about taking conscious control over how your own mind develops in this new age of AI. It's about actively choosing the kind of thinker you want to become. And really, that's the whole message right here. The power of these tools is off the charts. That's not up for debate. The only real question is how we're going to use that power. Are we going to be passive users, just consuming answers? Or are we going to be active architects of our own minds? I like to think of it this way. You are a gardener, and your mind is the garden. You can use tools that create dependency, an automated system that waters and weeds for you, but leaves you with weak, shallow roots. Or you can use tools that help you till the soil, that help you do the work that cultivates deep, strong, resilient growth. The choice is yours. So I'll leave you with this one final thought. The single most powerful cognitive tool in human history is here, and it's available to almost everyone. The question is no longer about what the tool can do for us. The real question is, what are you going to do with it? What kind of mind will you build?